Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the Heavyist podcast, a weekly worship of the Auto Radness. This week I've got Joe from the band Urne talking about their new album Setting Fire to the Sky, which is coming out on the 30th of January. Join me for a chat. Absolutely lovely bloke. If you like what we do here, we hit the subscribe button down there somewhere. We're here every week talking about amazing riffs, and occasionally we have chats with people who make amazing riffs. Without further ado, here's my chat with Joe. Joe from Urne, hello. How are you doing?
I've been doing a lot of press today, and cracking on. It's nice to speak to people and hear what they have to say about the record and what have you.
Yeah, get a bit of feedback and stuff.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to know. Like, it helps sometimes. You think you're going out your head, you're thinking, "Oh, is this good?" or what have you. But yeah, it's been going really good.
Yeah, I guess an album cycle could be a bit of an insular process sometimes, so it's nice to kind of get a bit of outside perspective.
It can be a slog, like especially the process for this one's taken quite a while. I mean, the album's been finished for some time, but we just didn't want to rush things and want to get everything put into place and everything to be right. So yeah, I think we've done that. So it's nice to finally almost have it out.
Nearly there. Exciting times. I mean, it feels like 5 minutes ago we were talking about your last record, and I don't know if you remember, we had a call and you were going on tour the next day and you were in the middle of doing your laundry while we were doing a call last time.
Do you know what? I feel like I did so much press for the last one, and it all kind of, after a while, because it was such a heavy album, like I kind of forget a lot about it, to be fair. I had a guy earlier who was like, "Oh, it's the second time he spoke," and I felt bad because I literally was like, I honestly couldn't remember. I know it's a bad thing. It's not, because it's just that it blended in, and there's so much has happened since, you know. So no offense.
Yeah, it's all good. I won't be offended. Don't worry.
Thank you, Nate.
But I mean, off of that album, what was your kind of highlight of that album cycle? What would you play? Any like particularly incredible shows or anything like that?
Well, for me, it came down to the last show, which was Hellfest, and it was fucking amazing. Brilliant, mate. It was like everything, everything you get told and everything you hope for, it happened. You know, yeah, mate. Honestly, it was a bit of a dream, really. I think you kind of go on stage at Hellfest thinking, "Oh, is anyone going to be there? Is anyone going to give a shit?"
Yeah.
And it can happen. I mean, I'd hate for that to have been us to go on stage and no one's there, no one cares. But we went on, and it was just surreal, mate. It was just, I don't know. It was just the best thing that could ever happen, really, to us to finish off an album cycle. And I just want to do it again. Like, everyone does speak about Hellfest and how great it is. And then finally being there and experiencing it, you're like, right, yeah, okay, this is what people say it is. So yeah, that was the highlight of the Feast on Sorrow cycle.
Absolutely. Oh man, that sounds awesome. It sounds incredible. And yeah, now as you say, you're gearing up for your third record in 5 years, which is a very impressive bit of work. And I believe you've got a new member of the band as well, right? You've got a second guitarist.
Yes, we have a guy called Curtis. We'll talk about. Curtis is an unbelievable musician, like to the point of like, he's like that level where you're like, bloody hell, we've got someone good here. And like, where Angus and James are good, but this guy is like,
I was going to say, absolutely.
Like, but he didn't write on this album. He didn't write any music, didn't record the album, but he's joined us since, and I look forward to seeing what's going to come with that in the future.
That's cool. Yeah,
he's really good.
Having that extra weapon in the arsenal ready for
big time
moving on. But I mean, I've been listening to the new record. It's the new record, Setting Fire to the Sky, coming out on the 30th of January through Spinefarm. I've been listening to it absolutely loads. I listen to it a lot when I'm out walking the dog. Like, it's a really good album to listen to when you're out in nature, out and about in the wilds. It's quite a big evolution for the band in the sound? Like, how would you describe the evolution of this record from the last one?
Mate, just we were trying to be more positive, really. Yeah,
Really? Yeah.
like the last
Yeah,
album's such
that
a
you could
heavy
feel that.
subject. Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite easy to tell. Like we added a bit more melody back in. The last album had to be intense and heavy and very organic and what have you. And we doing this one, it was like the kind of mission from the start was, I think, need to be a bit more of an uplifting sort of record. And yeah, we trimmed the fat on quite a lot of like we like long songs, but sometimes
Yeah.
not every song needs to be hitting that mark. So we trimmed a bit of the fat, and there's only like one 9-minute song there. There's only one 7-minute song. Then there's a few between 6 minutes. But
Yeah, a lot of four
yeah,
minute bangers.
yeah, we kind of cut it down and made it feel bigger, I think. And we
Yeah, absolutely.
and
I would say, as a fan of the band as well, it's definitely more. It's your most sort of cohesive body of work as an album. Like it kind of, it feels so much more focused.
yeah, yeah, I definitely 100% agree with that. And there was that sort of mission statement very early on of what we wanted to
Yeah,
do. Again, though, I don't think we'll go down that route again. We've got to keep it interesting, not only for us, but obviously people who
yeah,
like the band.
absolutely.
But yeah, I definitely think we had a clear, more uplifting and trim the fat. This is certainly a big mission statement.
I feel like also you had like a VR headset with your that Hellfest gig you were talking about on, so you're kind of making music that felt like big and crowd pleasing and really, I mean, dare I say, a bit more commercial. I'm allowed to say that. I don't want to say that.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that as like a bad thing.
I mean, yeah, I know totally. I mean, it's still a heavy record like that. I mean, I think it's
But yeah,
some
absolutely.
of our like probably our heaviest stuff, but it's some people would like say. I mean, some people chase the commercial thing, change how they look, do their fancy photo shoots and whatnot, and I'm like, we're not doing that. We just,
No,
I
I
think,
could never see you guys doing anything like that.
nah, mate, like not, I'm not about it. But what we, it's just more focused and maybe, I've been doing bands for much longer time than people think. That's happened to look very
Yeah.
youthful. Um, and trying to look after the voice. I can't be screaming decade upon decade. And
No, that's fair.
so trying to singing a bit more helps, but it's just to add another texture, another layer. It's not there to be.
Absolutely.
It's not there to be the new fucking It Prevails or something. It's just there, because we, I can I can hold a tune.
I mean, I was thinking more sort of trivium. Like I was listening to it and thinking, this is the first time when I've heard an Urne song, and I wouldn't be surprised if they played it on like Kerrang radio. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's a
Oh, I
bit
get you.
more. There's just a bit more of a stadium like. I mean, you like a modern metal band who aren't scared of classic rock, but you do it without being cheesy, which I think is a quite an impressive thing to pull off
Oh yeah.
in 2026.
I think the difference is living and breathing it, letting it take. So many people, I find it weird when all of a sudden someone takes a left turn with our sound, and it's like have they just been binging on this artist for a year? That's what we're going to sound like now, or have you organically grown with it, like from a youngster or whatnot, or really just let it take over you? You can tell the difference.
Absolutely.
With us, like I'm a big classic rock guy, and fucking got all my UFO records down there, and my Thin Lizzy box sets, all my Thin Lizzy box sets in that, and
Hell
my
yeah.
Gary Moore LPs, and it's it's the stuff you listen to. I listen to a lot of classic rock and a lot of soul, and things. And there's some great classic rock singers, and obviously you've got your Paul Rogers, Free Bad Company, and he blends quite a lot of soulful and blues in his voice. And there's bands who do it cheesy, and you can just go, oh, they picked that note instead of that note. That note would have sounded classy. That one sounds like we know what you're after. So there's a big
Yeah,
difference.
yeah. Yeah, man. Speaking of your singing, actually, like you sound incredible on this record. Like I feel like you've come on leaps and bounds. Is that something you've been specifically working on?
Yeah, I think working on and also trying to get the confidence to do it.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I think on the first album, I mean, there's so many pitchy vocal moments. I listen back to it now and I'm like, oh, but we weren't recording with a singer. We were recording with a bass player in a doom band. But now, I've recorded with a guy who's solely a singer who's kind of going, try this, try that. And I've got Angus singing some harmonies. And
Yeah,
and I just really lent into all my favourite sort of soul singers, trying to getting it a bit lower and really, and then them high moments. There's one at the end of Weep Into the World. It's in the background and it's the highest stuff. I couldn't even dream of going higher. I wouldn't have been able to go higher than that when I was like a 5-year-old boy. Um, so yeah, I'm glad people are really like it's. I worked hard on it. As did all the boys
yeah,
work
it
really
shows.
hard. And Angus really, gets the Man of the Match award for this one. I think, James would say the same. He really, he would be, he really smashed it on this. But again, we all do, and James is a proper pro, and you know, bass in Urne is pretty simple. It's about actually the thick part, and everything can go on around it. So what can I do? Try and sing better than I have done on the previous one.
Yeah, that's your canvas to really like make your stamp on what's going on, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
you are generally a very riff orientated band, right? So it's kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
finding that space to really just do your thing and do it to the best of your ability, sort of thing, isn't it?
I think I struggled. I mean, when I listen to a couple of bands and their singers are just going, it's like going in steps, and I'm like, has that been punched in? Like, have you
Yeah,
really sat
one
there and
note at a time.
yeah, and I'm like, why can't you? And again, I'm not by any means, mate. I'm not a great singer at all, but I sit there and I do listen to great singers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I've got all my George Michael stuff here, my Aretha Franklin stuff, Sam Cooke behind me. Listen to that and look, just sing it in your bedroom, sing it going, get in your car or what have you. I'll
yeah,
go down
yeah.
and sing on the beach, and when there's no one around, obviously, when the waves are
uh,
really choppy, so no one can hear me.
I love that.
But
I
I
love that.
find
You
that,
just sing it out into the waves. Just
yeah,
what,
yeah.
what an image.
And people are thinking, "Oh, what's he doing?" And if only they could hear me like spitting some metal lyrics. But But yeah, I just think, just trying to learn to be better on that front and just took a few vocal lessons from a jazz
Yeah,
singer and that was
that's
it.
cool.
Kind of gave me a bit more confidence. I've always sung, but there's different things to like, you can do to enhance it.
Yeah, there's definitely levels to it, isn't it? I mean, especially when you look at like the second to last track on the record, "Breathe," where you get really sort of emotionally vulnerable and you kind of you're very stripped back. It's probably the most stripped back you've ever been when you actually do this. You step up to the microphone like that. Like, how do you find getting into that place when you record and like just being vulnerable when you used to be in the front man of a metal band?
Do you know what's funny that so officially Breathe is actually the last track on the album. There's a B-side that's been sent out as well.
Oh, okay.
The last track is actually
That makes a
Breathe.
bit more sense if I'm honest. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it shouldn't have been sent out. But Breathe, we
Damn it.
recorded it early in the morning, so the voice was still a little bit like deeper. And
Mm.
I was just like, a friend of mine, it was like, I really like how much when you're doing your vocals, I can hear your breath. I can really feel like you're there. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to really lean into this and make it feel like that. The ASMR is going to be really
Yeah,
fucking going for people, hearing the breathing
absolutely.
and whatnot. And I just wanted it to feel like I am literally there next to you. And the only time, I mean, I'll be dreading doing that live because one little funny note, people talking, I'll be like, you want to fucking shut up, don't you?
Stop this.
Yeah.
I'm laying my heart out here, guys. Shut
Yeah,
up.
I just know I am. I'm like, do you want to go and do it? Like, I don't know, but I am. I like the challenge of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and we were umming and ahhing, trying to find the right kind of pitch to do it. And do I stand back and just like really sing it? And I was just like, no, it's so delicate. I need to be in and around the person's like headspace when I do it, and that's what's led to that.
Yeah, man, it absolutely works. It's haunting. It's not a kind of not a vibe I expected to get from your album when I was out and about walking the dog in the rain. I didn't expect to like get this like emotional vulnerability.
Well, for me, that's the thing. Why I want, with Urne, people shouldn't always, people should expect the unexpected.
Don't expect anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and we put little, like in the first album, Memorial Part 2 has really like an ambient sort of intro for about 2 minutes, and I sort of subtly sing on that. We didn't touch that for the next album, but what we did, we brought it back on the last track. So we drop little fucking Easter eggs throughout our stuff, and it's like, then one day it's all going to come together and we do it all on the one album, and that's our last album, and then we fuck off.
Wow. Wow, I like that. Like, not often that a band's thought. Like when you watch a TV series and you're watching it, you're like, they don't know how this shit ends. They're just kind of stringing it out. Like I like you.
Mainly American TV shows.
Thinking of the whole like curve.
American TV shows always go on for a season too long. Try and be more like 40 Towers. Go out onto two series, boom. And that's
just
fucking
perfect little.
Yeah, and then fuck off. Go and retire. And like people will go, I'm going to retire to my villa in Spain. Probably retire to a Wendy house in the back garden.
So, mate, like when you recorded the last record, obviously the big story was the whole working with Joe from Gojira and that kind of thing. But you recorded this album with Justin Hill from Sixth, right?
Yeah. Yeah, good lad.
Who's
I've known Justin for some years, and really chilled guy, lovely guy, and a bit of a legend for all of us lads when we were growing up. I kept telling him, I was like, I remember when you would have faced the Kerrang heartthrob, and he was like, I was never, and I was like, you fucking was, mate.
Absolutely, I had a man crush on him for sure.
Yeah, I'll keep saying it, and he's such a nice guy. But yeah, but this time, like, Help's known him for a while, and he's such a sweet geezer. It was so smooth, effortless, and fun to do. We all had a great time, and I think he's very proud with this record as well.
Yeah, the production of it is absolutely immaculate. Like it couldn't have captured what's going on better, really. I don't think. Like it's so crunchy. That's something I've been really enjoying. Is just how like all of the chugs are just so crisp, and he's nailed it. I think he's a little bit more of a modern metal kind of guy when it comes to the bands he works with than you would kind of associate with you guys. But I think that the marriage of the two works really well.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And it was mixed by Johan Meyer, who mixed Feast on Sorrow, but it's obviously very different. Johan's the front of house engineer for Gojira. He's the studio engineer for Gojira. Mixes loads of records, mixes their live stuff, helped produce and mix Magma and all that. So Johan knows Johan works with Gojira and Mastodon. So we couldn't lose. And he smashed it.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good CV.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Speaking of Mastodon, obviously you've got a pretty awesome guest spot on the record. Trey from Mastodon. How did that come about? How did you? Because there's probably a band you guys get compared to. I'm assuming most often and I'm assuming he's a hero of yours. Having him guest onto your record, how did that come about, man? That must be massive.
Well, none of us have ever met Troy before, and it was so God, that'd be amazing. And our voices aren't too far apart from each other. But for what the track is, say we had a brand, his voice is so high, it would have been a bit too wavy. Where our voices are not, like I say, we're in that same ballpark. I felt it had this really lovely warmness to the track. And but yeah, I mean, we asked Johan. Johan was out doing Mastodon. I was like, ask him if he likes the song. If not, he doesn't don't feel bad. And he come back, fucking loved it, and the ball started rolling from there. And I mean, it is pretty mad, isn't it? Like this little band from the UK.
It is quite, yeah.
This little band from the UK who hasn't really been given a proper chance yet, got discovered by Gojira and done stuff with Troy Standers and Joe Duplantier, right? And I'm like, we haven't even in the UK. I don't think we've been given a shake yet. We ain't been given a chance. And I'm like, well, we must be half decent, you know. And it's nice. I get a text from Chris Kontos, the drummer for on Machine Head, Burn My Eyes, going, I want to hear your new record. Can you send me it? I'm like, you're on one of the greatest metal records of all time. And you did the Davidian drum fill. And you're texting me from America going, I want your album. I'm like, yeah, all right. Yeah,
Hell
fucking
yeah.
messaging the label, fucking get him a copy now. Like, he's an icon
Send
for
that
me.
over there right this
Yeah.
second.
Flipping
That's amazing.
DHL.
I mean, like, I mean, I actually did want to ask you guys, like, do you feel like you're ready for what this album could potentially do for your band? Because, like, I think this is going to be the record that really gives you that shake that you're talking about in this country, and really like hits you onto that next tier. Because I do think you are working on with like a next level record in terms of what Urne have done. So what's the plan? If Chris Kontos was to text you and say, like, right, come on, you come out and support us on tour. I don't know if he's even in a band actually at the moment, but
no, he's in Forbidden.
He's like, come out, support us for.
Chris Kontos is in Forbidden, who are like a Bay Area like legends. For me, and
oh, okay, yeah.
And now I get to call some of them friends. I'm like, fuck. I mean, I grew up literally listening to your records as a kid. And I'd be that kid in the playground with Tipex, whatever on his bag, Forbidden, Machine Head. He would have been dying as a happy kid. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it's.
Imagine, you need somebody to invent a time machine so you can do it. Yeah.
Mate, there's so many I can't believe. Jesse Leach was my hero as a kid from Killswitch from 2000 when I fucking legally Kazaa or LimeWire downloading a hardcore thing. It was Killswitch Engaged demo. Geezer was like my hero, and I just drop him a message, and I'm like, fucking go on, mate. But yeah, for me, like, I hope we get everyone that we spoke to, press wise, friend wise, people in bands are like, fucking hell, this album's good. This album's gonna change things for you. But it's not always that. Feast on Sorrow should have done bigger than what it did. You know, Feast on Sorrow should have done so much more. So Feast on Sorrow should have done more. Hopefully this does do more. And our place in the UK scene's a bit mad. Like, I think my thing, I've been the only other person I can think of who's still doing a band from when I first started. It's probably Josh Middleton, who's a bit older than me,
Right,
but
yeah.
you know, that kind of time. And I think, fucking hell, like, I mean, what is he? Probably 4 years older than me, I think. And I'm just like, there's not many of us from that time of trying to do it to this level. I've been in different bands along the way. Don't get me wrong. Urne's definitely feels a difference, and I just hope you know, not for me really. I hope for the other boys who are proper musicians who dedicated their life to becoming. I used to just write riffs. I can't tell you anything, but I hope for them boys. They're good lads. They're like my best mates, and I hope James, who's a music teacher, and Angus, who's this incredible songwriter, and they're both lovely people. I hope for them that something comes off. Not really for myself, just hope for my mates.
Oh, that's nice. That's a wholesome way to put it. I want my friends to have a good time, and you know, I just happen to be there at the front. So that's really cool. So obviously the album comes out on the 30th. What you guys got lined up, or what have you got lined up after the album comes out that you can tell me about? You got tours? You're doing the festival circuit this summer?
Well, no, we're going out to Europe for a short run next month. Then we're not doing much.
Cool.
We've got some stuff to sort out. I want to get back to Ireland and do a little run in Ireland. It's always been a good place for us, and it's it's a place that's dear in my heart. We're doing busy August. June, we'll have to see. We're just waiting, because the bands that we would be good to go out with are all in the studio. So I'm like, does anyone want to fucking not be in the studio? Can we do that?
I guess this is what happens when you've struck so early in the month, so early in the year with an album release date. You are going to have to wait for the others to kind of get their albums out before you can get.
Well, I'm there thinking, together. Can we please, lads? Can we just do the Gajira Mastodon Baroness Urne tour? Can we just do it?
Can't imagine anything more perfect, mate. That would be absolutely spot on. Like, let's hope that. I'm gonna try and help you will that one into existence.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sending, manifesting those vibes for you.
do you know what I mean? I'll be there going, oh, it can't be a co-headliner, can it? No, mate, I'd play before the doors were opened. Do you know what I mean?
Play to people in a queue outside, wouldn't you?
Top magic.
Hell yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time, Joe. It's been a right laugh.
Cheers,
everyone,
pal.
check out the album. It absolutely rips. Catch them on tour when they are out supporting Gojira and Mastodon, which we're going to make happen.
And Metallica.
And yeah, best of luck with the album cycle and everything, mate. Take care.
Cheers, pal. Thank you so much.